Welcome, Total Pole Nation. This is Lambo's Water Sports, featuring Sideline Sports Network. By the way, to all you fans wondering where MattPatt is, he'll be coming on at 6 o'clock for the Ohio State recruitment. I'm just going to get it done early and get it done in advance since, Notre Dame is my favorite team. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish, by the way, they are ranked high in recruiting, by the way. They are ranked number 8 in recruiting. Number 8. Number 8 overall recruiting for Notre Dame is pretty damn good. All right. They sit there. They got 23 commits so far for the class of 2024. They got one 5-star recruit. They got 15 4-star recruits, and they have 7 3-star recruits. Now, I'm going to get straight to the point here. So, this is my guy right here, Cam Williams. Cam Williams is a guy, the wide receiver. He's 6'2", 190. He's from Glenbard South, which is in Illinois. The class of 2024, he was recruited by, of course, Tommy Rees, who is now the offensive coordinator for Alabama. This guy, looking at it, he's a good route runner. He can burst off the speed. He does not have that much of document speed, but he can get on top of defenders and get behind defenders aggressively. He has good twitch and body change to make cuts while moving at top speed. He can catch the ball away from his body with the ball control and the boundaries of the back of inbounds and out of bounds as well. He has above average size, but still appearance of a player who can easily add more weight. And he can add more speed, but the contribution early is because he shows game too at a younger age. So Cam Williams is a guy I think I bring a lot of potential into a Notre Dame offense. By the way, we do have Sam Hartman right now, but Sam Hartman I think is his 5th year in college, so I think he'll be gone. He'll probably be somewhere in the NFL maybe by next year. I'll be surprised if he stays next year, but just some wide receiver cores right here for Cam Williams. I think somebody that brings in speed and talent. He can catch the ball. Sort of like a Chris Tyree on special teams. But I think also we're probably going to lose Chris Tyree as well next year. So he's a guy that brings a lot of energy, a lot of speed. Just looking at his tape, man, I mean, this guy is just great. So this is a great recruit right here by Marcus Freeman. Marcus Freeman is in the 2nd year as the head coach of Notre Dame. Despite taking over a successful Brian Kelly, who was at LSU, he has done some great things. He's done great, tremendous things. And I'm just very proud of the recruiting so far for Notre Dame. Now, the second recruit we're going to have here, his name is going to be Kingston Asa. Now, he is a linebacker, 6'3", 230 pounds, the class of 2024, out of St. John Bosco. Now, he is Samoan, so I don't know how to pronounce his first name. So I'm just going to say Kingston Asa. That's basically how I'm going to go right here. Now, this guy right here, St. John Bosco, they recruit some guys. St. John Bosco is one of those dudes. Now, he recently, visited Arizona, Alabama, USC, Ohio State, and he committed to Notre Dame out of all those 4 schools. By the way, we'll talk about Ohio State when MattPatt gets on, which Ohio State right now is currently ranked number 2 in recruiting. So looking at this guy's film, he is one of the most versatile linebackers in the country. He's basically an inside backer, but rare every down player who can move around and play multiple spots on defense. That's how you have to really do it in high school. Sometimes you play linebacker. Sometimes you play defensive end. You play D-tackle. I mean, you do all those kind of things in high school. He can stop the run. He blitz off the edge and is very smooth. But he was the state's top prospect, but he did tear his ACL in the final game of the season and missed his entire sophomore year. He's a great hitter. He's smart. On 7-on-7, I know it really doesn't really matter, but on 7-on-7, he's locked up receivers and tight ends in coverage. Very extensive plays with a non-stop motor. Like I said, he's only played maybe 2.5, 3 seasons, especially with, the ACL injury he had. His final game during the spring, during the freshman year, and of course, his sophomore, he missed his full sophomore season. He currently, St. John Bosco is just one of those dudes where it's like, hey, we're going to play him. So another great recruit by Marcus Freeman. He knows what he's doing. So this is a linebacker. We always rely on defense at Notre Dame. Notre Dame has a great and tremendous defense at all times. So the next guy I need to talk about, he is an offensive tackle. All right. I love me some offensive tackles because, like I said, Notre Dame is known for offensive tackles. And this guy's name, I should have him, is Gerby Lambert. Gerby Lambert. He is a 6'6" dude, 280. 6'6", 280. And he's from Catholic Memorial, which is in, Massachusetts. This guy right here, man, can he block? Size in Notre Dame matters when you want to be physical and when you run the football. This guy, Gerby Lambert, my God. I mean, this guy, what Notre Dame is doing and what Notre Dame is bringing to the table, offensive lineman, is very key. Now, he chose Notre Dame over Boston College, Harvard, Alabama, and Ohio State. And Alabama and Ohio State are above top 5 above Notre Dame, so he chose those schools. Now, he has a wingspan of 6 inches, so basically his wingspan from 6'6" would be, he has a wingspan of 7'1". He carries like he's 300 pounds, even though he's 270. He's a multi-sport. He's built and matched on the athleticism. He can bend, he can move, and impressive. His physical and manhandles are open matched in competition in New England, which is in Massachusetts, of course. He fires off the snap pretty well. He has excellent drive. He's an excellent down blocker who shows lower body strength. He can scrape to the second level. He can slide his feet. Offensive linemen can slide their feet. Some tip-off plays by leaning back pre-snap is probably one of the key things he needs to work on. He's a continued kick step development and remaining patient in his base. He could be elite offensive tackle for Notre Dame, and he has the early potential to be at least, the first round, draft pick of Notre Dame, kind of like a Zach Martin, who is a, offensive tackle for the Dallas Cowboys. So he is one of those things where he could be very elite and very successful. Now, the last player I really want to get into is my guy right here. Now, with Sam Hartman not being there next year, I'm not sure what the details are on Sam Hartman. We might lose him. He might stay 1 more year. I mean, he's been in college for a very, very long time. This guy right here, C.J. Carr. All right, C.J. Carr is a quarterback. He's from Saline. He's 6'2", 195. He's the class of 2024. Looking for quarterbacks is most important. Do we got quarterbacks in the depth chart? Of course we do. But I think this guy may have the ability to compete maybe for the starting job next year. And he was also recruited by Chad Bowen and Tommy Rees. Tommy Rees is now an offensive coordinator, like I said, from Alabama. He chose Notre Dame over Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas State, and Central Michigan. Like I said, it's all about roster. Alabama has, of course, 7 quarterbacks on the roster, and Notre Dame only has 3. He's the 4th one. So looking at this guy, by the way, I think he's tremendous. He's excellent. He has a lot of strength. In the sophomore season, he led Saline to a 9-1 record and had a Michigan Division first round playoff appearance. He threw for 2,700 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 4 picks. Now, going into his junior season, he fills in nicely. He's a very good player who studies the game and thinks hard. So he really studies in that film room. His sophomore year, even though it was his first time as a full varsity starter, he's proceeding speed, and he's getting faster in his junior and senior years. He has good classic passing mechanics and accuracy, because accuracy is very important when you're going to run that Notre Dame offense, especially when you run the ball. You can mix it with any type of play action and do what you're supposed to do. The arm strength is good. He can get to the ball at any point in the field. He's a good enough athlete to get around the pocket, escape the rush, step in the pocket. Running won't be the major part of his game. He's not an Ian Book, where Ian Book was a pocket passer and he can run at times. Very safe projection as a college starter based on maturity, approach, and skill set. So I don't know why whoever evaluated this compared him to Mac Jones. He is not a Mac Jones. But you know what I'm saying? So I like this guy right here, C.J. Carr. I think as far as the quarterback position is always the most exciting thing when it comes down to, college and, the NFL, because, the quarterback position is always the number one key thing when it comes to recruiting. So this quarterback, It's amazing. There's top four guys, by the way, but Notre Dame has really stepped up in recruiting. So I'm not surprised they're in the top eight. I thought it was at least 10 or 12. I think a couple weeks ago they were at least at number 12. Now they move up to number eight. They got 23 commits. So Notre Dame's only going to keep going up and up, and they're going to be consistent. And I hope Notre Dame at some point in time wins the national championship. But this is it for Lambo Sports, featuring Silent Sports Network. Next episode in the next 30 minutes, once MattPatt gets settled and gets on, we will be talking about the recruiting top targets of Ohio State University. This is it for Lambo Sports. We'll tell you the next episode for Ohio State recruiting, and last episode tonight after that, we'll be talking about Sunday night's game. Those Dallas Cowboys versus the San Francisco 49ers. Lambo Sports, we'll be catching you.